Hey you guys, what's up? It's your girl Ty and I'm back with another video. So this video is going to be a divine talk and also a cleaning up session because I'm in the middle of cleaning up my bathroom right now. But I got something on my heart and on my mind that I said, you know what? I'm going to tell y'all now as I'm cleaning up because I can't hold it in no more. So what I want to talk about, this is for all of a lot of people who are like somewhat like me, a light worker, always trying to help people, always trying to give people advice to find their purpose and what it is that they truly want to do in life. That's oil in my hair, y'all. I just put oil on my edges because these lace wigs been taking out my little edges, and child, I'm trying to grow them back. But anyway, so that's what I was saying. The ones who are light workers, the ones who are always going out their way to help people. Me, whenever someone calls me and needs something, especially as far as advice, I'm always there for them. And one thing that I noticed is that a lot of people in my life that wasn't there for me when I was going through my darkest times in my life, the times when I just wanted to give up and I didn't want to be here, when I contemplated and had thoughts about harming myself and just wanted to give up completely. It was people in my life then that knew what I was going through and they didn't give a fuck. They talk behind my back. They talk in groups about me, and they outcasted me. And instead of trying to be a helping hand for me like I'm always doing for others, they did the opposite. They didn't help me. They knew what I was going through. They chose not to help me. Instead of helping me, they chose to basically sit amongst each other and talk more about my situation and talk down on me. Some of those people that I know have done that to me in my past, I still support them to this day. When someone calls me and asks me to do something for them, if it's something that's in my means, I'm gonna do it. And I always been that type of person. I've been like that with my friends, family, and even associates that I run into. I believe that life would be better if when we see someone going through something, instead of trying to talk about that person, I believe that if every single person who sees that step in and try to help that person. And a lot of times, this is what kills me the most. The moments when you can help somebody without having to pay anything. People, the first thing you think about when you think about help is money. And that's what brought me to this video, really. People be so consumed with money that they can do something for you, but instead of them doing it for you for free, just like you gave them that free advice every time they came to you, once people see that you're going places and you're elevating, they start watching your pockets more than you think that they are. Those humanity gestures that you do for other people, like I just said, when you see someone's going through something, you step in and help them. That's true humanity for your sister or your brother or your and I said sister and brother because I'm trying to get people to understand that this is a whole. Even strangers, that is your sister and brother. We all came from the same place. If you cut us open right now, it's going to be the same blood coming out of all of us. I don't care if you white, black, brown, whatever, pink. If you're a human, your ass is going to have the same blood. So with that being said, one of the things that's been bothering me lately is that I noticed that the minute I stepped into my power and I started really manifesting what I say is going to happen, those people who used to talk down on me, they started to look up to me. And I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with people looking up to me and seeing me as a banking account. Because I know just 5 years ago, I didn't even have a fucking bed to sleep on. I had a mattress and a box spring on the floor. I remember when I was getting my ass whooped in relationships and I couldn't even recognize myself. And I remember when family members and friends and associates turned away from me and they didn't want nothing to do with me. I remember those days when I would wake up every single day and cry as I pray to God for wealth. Because I knew that the life that I was living wasn't the life that I wanted to live. And I knew that, like I said at the beginning, I didn't have nobody to turn to. What I knew is that the people who I thought I could turn to, they showed me that I can't. So in that time, I had nobody but God. So when I get to a place where I see the promises that God told me is coming and it's near, and some of them is already have come. When I reflect on my life and I look at that, I can't help but to be baffled that the people who know my struggle, who know what I've been through, who kicked me when I was down, and yet I still continue to help them whenever they needed me, no matter what, through my dark days and through my good days. The same people who kicked me when I was down, when they needed me, I was there. And I wasn't there for a fee. You see, even with my business, I don't do this shit for the money. Nothing that I do for other people is for the money. I do that shit because of the kindness of my heart. I do that shit because I want to see everybody win. I never be that girl who, when I'm not doing as well as if I'm not where I'm supposed to be and I see a associate or a friend or even a stranger, because like I just said, a stranger, that is your sister and your brother. When I see other people winning, I'm happy for them. I'm genuinely happy for them. I'm not salty. When I was in my losing season, when I wasn't doing anything, I was still praying for others. I was still happy for other people when they're winning season. And one of the worst things that I think people can do is not be there for a bitch when they going through the dark times. And then they somehow get tunnel vision in the darkness, like I did. And the minute they get that tunnel vision in the darkness, everybody who wasn't there show up with their fucking hand out. And like I just said, the crazy part is that they showing up, right? Well, you'll think they'll show up to congratulate you. But instead of those people showing up to congratulate you, the ones who know what the fuck you've been through, you're going to get more congratulations from the ones who don't even fucking know you and don't even know your fucking struggle. But that's okay, though. But what's not okay is for a person like me, who done been through hell and back, who done been in the darkness by themselves, who done been on the line of life and death, and people knew it, and they didn't give a fuck, and now they got the nerve to turn around with their fucking hands out. No, I don't owe nobody shit. I don't owe nobody shit. And I'm going to still continue to give wisdom to others because I still want them to win. The ones who pray for my downfall to this day now, and I always have, I still want them to win. I never pray for a bitch downfall because that ain't in me, because it ain't me. And another thing I'll never do is I'll never go to someone that I know they struggle. I know what they've been through. I know I kicked them when they was down and had the nerve to put my fucking hand out. That's fucking crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But people do that shit though. And you know what? I don't even address them. I kill their ass with silence. And I sit back with God after people say what they say and do what they do. And God just shows me this shit is not. This is not the type of people that is have. They don't have the privilege to be in my presence. They don't have they don't get the privilege to know about my anointings. I don't have to tell them nothing. Because when I was suffering and I needed to tell somebody something, they didn't give a fuck. So now that the blessings are here, I'm not in the business of giving out favors. And I don't have to be. So, y'all, pay attention to how people treat you when you're down. And pay attention to how people treat you when you're up. And pay attention to when you do get in that season of wanting to be blessed people. Pay attention to the few people that tell you thank you after you do something for them. Because I've been paying attention to a lot of things lately. And the more I pay attention, the more I'm like, wow. People have some really fucked up mind frames. But it ain't even that's not my fucking problem though. So I ain't gonna dwell on it too much. But I did have to speak on this shit because it's pretty fucking interesting to me. Like, it really is. And it's crazy because God have told me so many things before this moment came. And it's like everything that God told me was going to happen is happening. And I'm seeing it. And even though I knew it was going to happen, I am in shock. I am in shock to know that the characteristic of some people that I know is so poor that it's disgusting. It's disgusting to me that you have to play up under somebody. Or play on somebody's heart to get something in return. When you can just genuinely do things for people out of the love of your heart. And just you know, like, you don't got to do stuff for people to get something in return. If you doing something to get something in return, then don't fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you not willing to do something for someone and not get something in return and knowing that they did it for you, you a shitty ass person. You are. And I hate to be the one to tell you that, but you are a shitty ass person when you think like that. When you always thinking about gaining on someone, especially someone who you know been through hell and back to get where they at. And another thing too, people like that, you're not doing nothing but making it harder for yourself to get where you're trying to go. Because what goes around comes around. Karma is a bitch. And people is so fucking stupid when they think that they can think things and do things in their little brains and think that since I haven't told no one what I'm thinking of doing, that nothing's going to happen. The divine knows what you're thinking and doing at all times. You're going to get punished for having negative, evil thoughts about other people. You can't sit around him to think that you're going to come up off somebody else's success. It don't fucking work like that. I didn't come up off of nobody else's success. I had to go, like I said, I was in the dark. Bitch, I had to put on my tunnel vision. So what the fuck make people think that they can somehow do a fucking magic spell or do, you know what I'm saying, or make a wish and all of a sudden this shit is going to happen overnight. Shit don't happen like that. I've been putting in the grind for 3 years now for my business. And even before that, 3 years before that, I've been putting in spiritual work. I have 6 years in on my spiritual work. I take my life very seriously. When people kicked me when I was down, I didn't go looking for someone to try to finesse. I got my ass. I sat my ass down at home with God and only God, and I figured this shit out. That's what you got to do. So, y'all, like I said, I just had to get on here and just say a couple words because